is Monica Gleiberman, and you're listening to Silence on Set podcast. On today's podcast, we're talking to the cast of Run the World about its upcoming Season 2. For Season 2, Run the World chronicles the euphoric highs and heartbreaking lows that Whitney, Renee, and Sandai must endure in their pursuit of world domination. Whitney must follow the road of self-discovery in order to thrive in her life with or without Ola, while Renee and Sandai must decide what they truly want out of life, both in love and in their careers. Whether they reunite with a past love, taste the life of a millionaire, or see their career take off in a radical new direction, these powerful Black women have fortified their impenetrable friendship and won't let anything get in their way. So, to start us off, here's Tosin Morinfalo and Jay Walker.
You guys, what are you doing on the show? You guys are a mess. Your characters.
Whoa.
Hey, now.
That's an accusation, and I resent that.
I represent that because,
I mean, I think we have messy moments, but, our hearts are pure, and that's what matters.
That's
We're really
what makes
doing our
you guys
best.
lovable. It makes you guys lovable. It makes us all want to root for both of your characters. But yeah, you're a little messy. I mean,
what have I done that's messy? Name one thing Ola did that was messy.
Okay, well, technically, Ola... Okay.
Not so messy after all. Huh?
No, hold on. Here's my confusion. Okay, so for Ola, I'm confused as to why there's not more communication for this cheating situation. So yes, Whitney cheats. Then you guys hook up, kind of like a typical man move, just saying. And then you're like, no.
Typical man.
Typical.
The stones are being thrown in this interview today. Typical man move.
These are
wow.
Listen, I started off with, I love both of you guys, and I'm very happy.
That's true. It was a compliment sandwich.
But so I just want to know about the lack of communication for you. And then for Jason, for Jay, I mean, he has a little bit.
I'm going to be honest.
Him a little bit.
You're standing on much firmer ground when you're talking about Jason.
Yes, I know. Much firmer ground. And I just want to see, I know he's trying to pay Renee back this season, and I want to pull him out of the gutter. So what's going on with both of you?
Jason is doing what he can to amend the colossal mistake that he made in the last season. I think he made that decision with the best of intentions. He never for a moment was willing to sacrifice being able to provide a stable life for his wife, who he loves more than anything. He believed in what he was doing 100%, and he just didn't go about it the right way. So in season 2, we get to see him, sans Renee, realizing that dream. And that's really, really fun.
And on the contrary, Ola didn't do anything wrong. That's all I have to say about
Ola is
that.
the victim in this
Ola
situation.
is listen, we take a lot of L's as men. We take a lot of L's.
Mm-hmm.
But this brother communicated clearly his belief in her, his dedication for her. And I know a lot of people, and it's true, a lot of men reached out to me after the first season came out, and women as well, to talk about how nice it was to see somebody who represented like a Black man in excellence and of excellent character at his highest. And I really truly
emotional, and that's a big thing to see.
Yeah, and also a provider and a protector and a communicator. He knew his boundaries. He knew the world he was trying to offer to her, and she just had a momentary mistake. But now we have to ask even more of his character to see if he can overcome that and forgive her. But the man did no wrong. Listen, man. And if she chose to have sex with him when she was tearfully
she has agency.
She has agency. Ain't nobody throw anybody anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it was consensual. Like, I'm down. I'm just saying in that one moment, I was just surprised with his character that he wasn't more communicative and being like, hey, listen.
And also, he was surprised too, and we talk about Black male vulnerability. And if we are asking men to be vulnerable, then we have to be open to receive their vulnerability. And that includes an action based in love that was clearly mutual, that may ultimately not be one that is lasting or that he would have done otherwise. But it's not like it was a hateful thing. It was just a complicated expression of love in a time of pain. And we allow room for that for women. We have to allow room for it for men.
Up next is Erica Alexander.
So we started off in season 1, badass, hot tea digest, boss. I love like all the shots when she's sitting in the office and there's all the awards behind her and like just full out badass.
Yes.
Now she left, but for her own happiness and sanity, I think.
Yes.
Thing going on.
Right.
What can you like talk about how she's keeping her badassness,
Yes, no doubt.
But and offering so much to all the other women. But what is her future now that she has left?
The future is always bright for Barb Ballard because she understands that life goes in cycles. The wheel always turns. And she's not afraid of those moments where shifts and growth is possible. I think she gets excited about it. She's learning the other women. She knows them very much, and they're learning her. She's accessible to them, but she doesn't want to be taken advantage of. She wants them to do their work and research, and she's also rooting for them. She sees them as people who are obviously capable. Otherwise, she wouldn't be hanging out with them. But they're also stumbling around, and that's where she does her best work, when it's messy. You know what I mean? The hot tea on them is, very hot, and she's there to cool it off a bit.
With all of her like entrepreneurial and things that she wants to do you think that she'll end up doing, like, I don't know, like I see her doing like a TV show or like a podcast or something, like spilling, like, not obviously not using High Tea Digest, but like giving
That's hilarious.
juice on the friends, because they're doing so much. So do you see her doing anything like that, or like talking about her friends, or getting down and dirty with the public?
Absolutely. I think she should do one of those shows where where the lights are very low and she's giving life advice and sex advice and whipping up spells and incantations. I think that she'd be wonderful. And then she would open the curtains and she would be in the Bahamas. That's how she's living it. She's one place where you think, oh, she's in a small room, but she's out there living her life and doing her thing on a great adventure. I really think that would be wonderful. I love that.
Oh my gosh. I love her so much. So I could see that, and like spilling the tea, giving advice, and just like out in the world, like doing her thing. So I love that so much.
Yes.
I love her.
Maybe she'd be at an ashram too, maybe she shaved all her hair off and she's, trying to catch a different vibe, go to a different dimension. Definitely.
But I want to ask you quickly, like a two-parter, which is basically, I love this show because, and I think we need this more and more, obviously, the fact that women are supporting women, Black women supporting other Black women.
For sure.
Doesn't exist. So this show is adding into that atmosphere and putting this out there. So I wanted to just reiterate that again for the season, that this is continuing and that all of these women are supporting each other. And you kind of said it, even with her leaving, she's still supporting these women. So I wanted to just, kind of give a moment to honor that, because I think it's important.
Thank you. And it does exist, but it doesn't exist enough on TV in this way. And we need more diverse stories like this. It does.
Yeah. I want to ask, I guess my second kind of parter is basically, where can fans can you tease a little bit about Barb and what we might see with her? And then also, what are you hoping fans get out of the season? Because last season it was like friendship, drama, relationships, marriages, all of the stuff that we relate to. How are we relating this season?
You're going to see a generational conversation happen between the millennials and Barb. She's arrived. You're also going to see her wrestle with the fact that she's giving advice, but is she taking it on? Is she stuck in a rut? She's going to ask herself those questions. She's also going to be pushing them over the cliff. Like, she's not like saying, oh, maybe you should jump. She's like, no, jump, and encouraging them to get on with it and haul ass, because she does know how hard life is. But she also says, I think she's going to encourage them to take those chances, and it's going to be reciprocity between them. And she's also going to be looking fly as hell. So get ready for the hair is off the chain.
Girl,
Shout out to Frederick Sanders and to Janet Holt, who does my hair, and all the people on set. Stunning. Wait till you see.
And finally, here's Amber Stevens-West, Risha Webb, and Corbin Reed.
So for all three of you, I wanted to ask, season 1 was very kind of establishing the characters, establishing this friendship. I mean, poor Whitney. Whitney trying to make plans about marriage and all sorts of stuff. But now we're heading into a new era, right? We're heading into like Whitney trying to figure out who she is. You have, Renee, her confidence and her trying to like find herself and kind of come back. It's kind of like a whole like full turnaround this season, I think, in terms of just really finding yourself. So for the three of you, how has that changed from season 1? And how do you approach that to continue the connection between the three of you, but show that you're all in, places of kind of uncertainty, and it's okay to be in that place?
I think you rely on your friends even more when you're in a place of uncertainty and you're embarking on a new journey, because you need a reminder of like, girl, you got this. And that's one moment that I love that is between all three of us, but we all show up for each other and say, you got this. I support you in whatever way you want to go. And I think that's a reflection of what a lot of people want to see on television, with just sisterhood and just to remind each other that, you know, no matter what you go through, you want to feel supported.
And a sense of community. I think it's also when you're at our age range that you see on this show, it's, you know, life happens and it's easy to neglect friendships, but we prioritize our friendships very much on this show. And I think it's a good reminder to viewers that, like, it's really important to have that community in your life and that support in your life. And I love that we're showing a group of 3 women who have it all, but still really value their friendships and how much our friendship enriches our lives.
I think it's really important. And for me in particular, watching it, you know, I'm so used to watching women try to outdo women, right? That's like our go-to stereotype of like trying to be better than another one. So I really enjoy the show for the fact that not only it could not be further from that, but there's no judgment and full acceptance.
Yeah.
So kind of like you guys were saying, you know, to lean on your friendships. So what is that like being role models for that, in particular, specifically for Black women, mixed race women, and I'm not gonna lie, white women that need to see this too. Like we all need to see that this is okay. So what does that feel like to be role models and, you know, to show that on television?
Oh my gosh, it's so important. We don't realize when we watch television shows, because people come to the show for the fashion and the fun and the friendships and stuff, but they don't realize what they're actually taking home is they're really sitting with this and thinking, well, I think I want that too. And I want friendships like that. And I want relationships like that in my life. And I want to maybe go after, you know, my doctorate degree and you know, these little things that are implanted in our minds. So that's what's so powerful about television and storytelling. So I'm so grateful that we get to do that. Because honestly, I relate to this show more than anything I've ever watched or been a part of, because that's what my real friend group looks like. We are so supportive of one another. We show up for each other. There's no judgment. We don't have space for somebody who's trying to compete with us. We are each other's cheerleader. And that's, everyone deserves to have friendships like that.
Even too, like, it's been really interesting, the male interviewers that we've been talking to today, their take on the show and them being like, we're learning so much by watching you all navigate your lives and watching you all navigate your relationships. And I think they mean they're learning so much in a good way of like, how can we be better? How can we do better? You know, I think it's easy to look at the show and go, it's about women for women. And it's like, no, like my husband, I mean, he's biased because he's my husband, but he's like, this show is for men too. This show is great. And I love how the men are portrayed. And I do think it is very much like aspirational in that sense too, where it's like, men, this is what you can do to be a better partner.
And men can aspire to have the kind of friendships that we have with each other. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah. I love that scene where all the guys are coming together to, you know, lift up Ola and figure out where he is.
Yeah.
You know, and just check on his mental health. And we also talk about mental health. We're going to our therapist together. And that's something that we all go to together, individually, of course. But, you know, like that's a whole episode. And we come up, and one thing I really love about it is that she's not telling us. We're coming up with our own conclusion. We're checking in. She's making us check in with ourselves, which is great because
she's a good therapist.
She's a great therapist. And it makes you think about, wait, is my therapist good? I love my therapist. After I saw that, you know, I did that episode. I was like, that's not a good therapist. You know, but it's good.
No, and it's funny too, because when I spoke to the guys, I was like, you guys are in trouble. And then they were like, well, because for your characters. But then I was like, all joking aside, though, it's nice to see guys stand up for their women, stand behind their women, be sensitive. So it's like you guys have all the things. And I know, like, Amber, what you were saying, like, I know that people might come for the outfits and this, that, and the entertainment. And that's great. And that's fun. And like, we all love that stuff. But for me, I like criticize and watch everything. And for all of those little things, it matters and it makes a difference and it means something. So I wanted to know, I'll do like, I guess, a two-parter question. What is your best advice for having a group friendship like that? And then what are you most excited for fans to see this season with these women?
I think finding friends who will be honest with you and like ferociously honest. I think it's very easy to just go along to get along. I think if you can find friends who will, even if it means they're going to be mad at you when they hear the truth, or you're going to be mad at them when you hear the truth from them, they're not afraid to do it for you because they're doing it because they love you and they want what's best for you. And I think it can be tough to find people who are willing to like put themselves on the line like that for you. But I think that is the truest sign of love.
But also what we also see in the season is even though you might not agree, you still show up and you still support your friend. And I think that's also really important because no matter what you go through, you still need a reminder reminder that you're still loved and you're still, you know,
Yeah.
a part of this
I don't judge
family.
you
And I
for
don't
your
judge you for your
choices.
choices.
Mhm.
I'm gonna walk it out with you.
Yeah.
And I think that's so great about this show is like, yeah, you know, she has an SOS moment and we all show up. No matter where we are,
Drop
what we're doing,
everything.
we drop everything. And that's the kind of friendships, no matter if we're having kids or if we're married, there's one thing that we have to understand. We have to check in with the people that we know that don't want anything from us but our love. And I think when you're looking for friends, to always listen to your heart. And also, if you don't have that vulnerable space where you can really be your full self, listen to that, because
That might not be a
Might
friendship
not be
for
the
you.
friend for you. Yeah.
And then what are you guys most excited for fans to see?
that
I was gonna
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Honestly, I feel like we're coming out of a time where people were very alone, you know, and I think now is the what better time than now to know to build that community back. You didn't have it before, and to know how to build it back. But I mean, aside from that, we're also excited for people to laugh and cry with us.
Yeah.
And see the beauty of Harlem, and you know, we're bringing the one-liners and the jokes and the tears and the breakdowns and all the good stuff.
Hope you guys enjoyed listening to the cast of Run the World talk about what fans can expect to see for season 2, where their characters are, and where they will be moving forward. As a reminder, the season will premiere Friday, May 26th at midnight Eastern Standard Time on the Starz app and on all Starz streaming services and on-demand platforms. On linear, it will debut on Starz at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States and in Canada. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you're updated on all of our latest podcasts, and head over to our YouTube channel, hit subscribe so you're updated on all of our video content. Remember, subscribers get notified first, so if you want to see videos before anybody else, head over there and hit subscribe.